We're talking to Judith Falloon-Reed. Is that right? Did I pronounce that right? Okay.
Close enough.
All right. Judith, tell us your story about the X39.
Well, I live with fibromyalgia, and fibromyalgia, if you don't know, is a disease or syndrome, if they sometimes they call it, which they're still not sure if it's autoimmune or not, but it is a nerve condition. And because nerves are everywhere, it means you have widespread pain everywhere. And it can move from place to place. I've been living with this for more than 20 years now. When I was a child, I had a lot of the symptoms of fibromyalgia, but at the time, nobody knew it was one thing. So I was being treated for several different things. But I have lived with intense pain, with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, um, palpitations, insomnia, because fibromyalgia comes with a very wide variety of symptoms that you can experience all together or at different times. But the pain is one of the characteristic things that is always there. And in my case, my back and my right hip are two of the areas that are just always in pain. The other thing that comes with is extreme fatigue. So I'm tired a lot. The insomnia does not help. But even if you get a full night's sleep, you still wake up feeling really exhausted when you have fibromyalgia. Sometimes just taking a shower is exhausting. In the middle of all of that, I've lived my life and I have gone ahead and just simply fight the disease and kept going. But every day in pain. Joe told me about the X39 because he's a friend of mine, first of all, and somebody I trust with my life. And I know he would not steer me wrong. Joe has been a friend for a long time and he's seen me through a lot of pain. He knows the pain that I live with. He has been there for some of it. And so when he came upon the X39, first thing he did was call me and let me know to try this thing. Like most people, I was skeptical. I'm not even skeptical as much as I was just busy. I just didn't have time, which is kind of ridiculous because time for your health is exactly what you should have. And finally, one day, I think I was in so much pain and I could barely get out of bed. And I was like, okay, this is it. And I hit the button and I said, I'm going to try this. I live in Panama. So I had to wait for it to come from the States to me. And I received it maybe about a week later, started on the patch, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. In about 5 days, I started to see some relief. And how I knew I was getting relief was I turned over in my bed, which normally it's an effort for me to turn, roll over. It's normally an effort. And I just literally just rolled over in bed and got out of bed. And it suddenly dawned on me, hang on, I just literally just rolled over and got out of bed. Normally, I have to stop, think about it, make some effort, and position my hip right or position my back right or something. And I didn't have to do that. I thought, okay, let's see what happens next. Maybe I'm in remission or something. And as the days progressed, I went from being able to roll over to no pain at all in my hip. So
Hmm.
I'm in my fifth week of using the patch. I'm sleeping better. The pain in my hip is literally gone. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's gone. I had a strain in my back in addition to the fibromyalgia pain in my back. And my back it is healed. I had had tendonitis in my left palm, which was really, really bad. And for weeks, like maybe 2, 3 months, I could barely use my left hand. I've taken off the brace. I'm able to use my left hand with no problem at all. I've gone back to driving because I had stopped driving for a little while because of the pain between my hip and my left hand. I've gone back to driving. I'm sleeping better. And just in general, I'm doing so much better. It used to be, I travel a lot for work. My husband and I travel a lot. And usually, if I take a trip, if I'm in a car for 90 minutes without getting out, without stopping for a break, usually I know I have some pain coming, and I usually have a pain patch on so that I can make it through the journey. If I'm on a plane ride, I did a long plane ride, and I got off the plane and walked around and went to dinner and hung out for the night. I was tired, but I wasn't in pain. And I got up the next morning. Normally, it takes me 2, 3 days to recover from a long trip. And my recovery time has been cut. I've been doing trips, no problem, work trips, no problem. A little tired, but everybody gets a little tired. But none of the extreme exhaustion, debilitating exhaustion that I used to feel where I just can't get out of bed. And I've had to rely on my husband to help me out of bed or to help me to the bathroom or, help me to have a shower. Though I'm not doing that anymore. And the only thing I've done differently is to start using the patch.
Could be coincidence.
Could be. I think it's a coincidence, but not. So I've been
Yeah,
telling everybody about it because in my mind, what do you have to lose, right?
right,
You have nothing to lose. For me, my view was if it didn't work, then what did I lose? I was in the same place. But
right.
if it worked for me, then my life would be so much better. And I can honestly say that in the last 5 weeks, the quality of life has been so much better.
That's incredible. That's incredible.